over to Adam Seffler of NTX Services.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, you can go to the next slide, but I'll let you keep control over this. So who are we? Myself, co-founder and president of NTX Services. Yannick, I think people know you well, but I did put your picture there. I don't know if you want to say a word.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Radhika? Hi. And Jose, which I think just told me he has connection problems. Jose, if you're here, I'll leave a few seconds for you to say hi, but you should, Jose should connect back. So as you can see, 4 people here. So Radhika is helping us with, business development, making sure we grow our partners and our initiatives. Jose is the person behind the job board. Every time we see opportunities, he's the master person making sure that the job board is populated and that we get opportunities for everyone. But what's important to point out here is that there are 4 people, but NTX Services is based on the whole community. So we have over 15,000 people, and the whole logic behind NTX Services, and the reason why it was created in the first place, is to connect the community. So, leads and volunteers, like people on this call, but literally everyone that come in through NTX, learn with us, do projects, and then want more. They want a career, they want projects, they want to make a living out of what they've learned and what they're passionate about. And we want to connect all these people and all this talent to the other side, which is startups, corporates, VCs, but also research institutions. So the rationale behind NTX Services is really encompassing everything in NTX, because the more people learn and do things in the community, thanks to all the initiatives that will be presented today, the more they'll want to stay in the field and grow in the field. And NTX Services is there for that, to really make sure that we connect the dots between what's available and the talent in the industry. So Brian, I'll let you go to the next slide. So what do? We have 3 things that we do. I would say one is recruiting services. So first of all, the job board. If you haven't been yet, you should. We have hundreds of positions there on an international scale, both academia and industry. Yes, we are the biggest job board in neurotechnology. And the idea here is really that anyone can go and find opportunities. Right now, you need to come back and look for what's interesting, but spoiler alert, down the road, our objective is to enhance and create our user profile so people can automatically be connected to jobs. So that's a work in progress, but I'm selling the punch here. We want to make it easier and easier for everyone to know what's happening in the market. You can also share jobs or research positions. So if you see something interesting related to neurotech, you can contact us, as mentioned at the bottom of the page, at jobs@neurotechx.com. Our friend Jose will look and filter all of this and make sure that it's posted on the job board. Now, for our partners, we have visibility packages. So if you know a company, again, an institution that wants to promote a job, you can give us the posting and they can go on the job board, but you might want to tell them that they can get a visibility package or headhunting services. So visibility means that we'll talk about it on our social media, on our newsletter, but that it can also be featured on top of the job board. As for headhunting services, the idea is really, again, to make that matchmaking as customized and tailored and efficient as possible. So to connect the top candidates for a given job to the different companies and entities that are looking for people. So how do we know who knows what, and how do we connect the dots? Well, first of all, we encourage everyone on this call and everyone in the community, and we'll have more shout outs about that, to send resumes, LinkedIn profile, ResearchGate profiles, anything that can help us know you're looking for an opportunity and that you're qualified essentially for different opportunities. Send us an email again at jobs@neurotechx.com. And what's interesting too, when there are headhunting service opportunities and they're identified on our job board, there's a referral bounty next to them. Anyone in the community that doesn't feel like they're necessarily a good fit for the job, but that they know someone that might be, you can refer us a candidate and actually get a commission. So we really try to reward people in the community for getting involved, telling us who actually could be interested or be a good fit for a position. And same logic for bringing us a lead. I'll give an example, and I'll put you on the spot. Not sure if you're on the call, Alex, but Alex in Boston had developed a relationship with one of the companies close in the Boston area. She brought forward the opportunity. We contacted the company together, and not only did she get a referral fee from that, but she's now helping and collaborating in the recruiting efforts. So if you're interested either in, giving us leads and telling us who's looking, there's an opportunity for you to be rewarded for that. But if you're also just interested in helping and actually collaborating in recruiting efforts, please once again contact us at jobs@neurotechx.com. There are a lot of opportunities for everyone. So that would be for recruiting. Next page, Brian. I said we have 3 types of services. It's really 2, but I like to split the consulting in 2. The first part of consulting, and I think if everyone's looking at the screen, no one should be surprised, is everything that our community is good at. So designing experimental studies, everything around data acquisition, literature review, everything on the scientific and research side, but also on the technical and engineering side. Obviously, being in neurotech, we have both aspects that we're very strong at and that many people can fill those gaps. We do it all, I would say. We can do proof of concept. We can literally develop a project from end to end. There's really no limit. And the idea, if you talk to people, around you, whether startups or companies, and they're wondering, they might need help, please refer them to us. And sometimes what we've also had happen is someone says, I'm a consultant on my own, but there's a project that was talked about. I'm not sure I can do it all. Can I get help? The answer is yes. You can bring it to us and we can create something together. So once again, this is really about making sure that everyone in the community gets great opportunities and collaborates with us on projects. And to be honest, it's a virtuous cycle, because if people in the community are engaged and talk about, connect us to different players in the industry, which you already obviously have some connections to, but if you expand that with us and we can collaborate, everyone wins. That's really kind of the logic behind NeurotechX Services. The second page. So that's something which you might not be aware that we do. And maybe I'll talk a little bit about, my background or Radhika's background. I'm an ex-McKinsey consultant, so I did strategy, operational consulting, both in Canada and the US. I was also a finance professional. I worked in the investment world. I also did corporate finance, restructuring. So I come with that background. And Radhika, I don't know if you want to introduce your background a bit.
Hi, so I've worked in investments quite a bit for the last 5 years or so. So I've worked across organizations across the world, interviewing and collecting information on large companies and interviewing CEOs one-on-one to get information on how to manage a business correctly and how to manage an investment.
And you worked in marketing before that, but beyond the 2 of us, we're just 2 examples, but I wanted to make sure that, the community is aware that our profiles also exist as part of NeurotechX and NeurotechX Services. We also have other people that are interested in contributing. So if anything around, again, startups or else, or even VCs are looking for help for, market research, business plans, fundraising, everything for finance and strategy, we cover it too. So the one-stop shop that we are is really encompassing every aspect of neurotech. And the last page, Brian, please, is also complementary. We have a lot of that in-house, but we also have quite a few partners. And that's really kind of to seal the whole, again, 360 perspective. Legal and regulatory, what do we do? When do I start engaging with the FDA? What's my IP strategy? Also roles and responsibility, obviously connecting with our recruiting platform. Is my structure proper? If I do fundraise, who do I need to add to my team? What is the optimal way of approaching that? And also partner identification. We have this community of ours. We know a lot of people. So, who should be connected to who, not just investors, but in general. So again, consulting, recruiting, for both of them, the idea is that it could be academia, it could be industry, it could be whatever level. We've been contacted 2 days ago to help a company actually find a CEO So it's really not just, it could be a technical role, but it could really go up to the top of the ladder. It's anything in a company that we can help with, essentially. That's really what you need to remember from this. So just to finish on the last page, so where do we want to go? Where do we want to head? We don't feel really that there's a limit to that. So Brian, maybe for the next slide. So number one source of opportunities for the community. So that's number one. That's, again, the rationale, the reason why we started this was for that, to make sure that the community could find opportunities. Overall, while the number one Eurotech talent provider, we know what the skills are for a job, what's required. And we, again, the community, have all the talent needed. So we want to be the first talent provider, and consulting group too. The different discussions we're having with different groups, we're approached by different types of entities for different collaborations. There's no reason why we wouldn't continue to grow and offer any type of consulting and really grow in that field. So thank you all for that. And once again, we can only be as successful as people in the community will be engaged. So there was the email we provided, the jobs@neurotechx.com. Please send us emails after this. Any questions you may have, any opportunities you want to bring to us, and then obviously we'll contact you and have a more thorough and specific discussion on a need basis. Thank you.
Great, excellent. Thank you so much, Adam. I'll pass